Hi, welcome to Free Meditation TV. My name's Andrew and this is Oksana.
Good evening. Today we will talk about anger management and Sahaja Yoga.
So, of course, the reason a lot of people meditate is to take away stress, anger being one of the number one causes that creates so much stress. And we're going to look at some of the culprits in our body and in our subtle system which create stress.
There is a subtle center within us. It's called Vishuddhi Chakra. We talked about this center. And this is the center that affects how we react to outside world. This is the center by Vishuddhi Chakra at the level of the cervical plexus. We hear, we see, we feel vibrations by this center. So how we react depends on what are the blockages in the center. For example, if we have the center, we could feel it on our hands, on these fingers. So if we feel tingling and burning sensation on this finger, it means that we are angry people. If we feel burning and sensation on this finger, on the left side, then we probably feel guilty most of the time.
So, to get rid of these horrible feelings on either side, of course, we're meditating daily to try to slow down this heat and slow down this stress. So obviously meditating twice a day is the number one way to start to fight these problems inside. Specifically, let's look at the right side. So the right Vishuddhi is the start of our ego because our brain, it actually runs down the back of our head into the cervical plexus, seventh vertebrae here. So it's the start of our identity, it's the start of the concept of the I or the individual. So of course, when anything comes into conflict with that sense of I or the individual, frustration, anger occurs. And conversely, on the other side, where the left Vishuddhi starts, is the start of the superego within us. And what happens there is the start of reaction and emotional feeling when we feel something goes wrong or we've been harmed. So the main goal to start with at the Vishuddhi chakra is to keep this chakra clear by thinking of two things. One thing we can say is, I am not guilty. And we actually put our hand here. You're going to notice this in our first couple of episodes when we were meditating with affirmations. On the other side, on this side, we have to say, please let me stay in the witness state. Please give me sweet speech. Please let me not react. Because this quality of the witness state, and that's where you put the water on the anger to douse it down, is actually the right Vishuddhi.
And the central Vishuddhi is the quality, the innate quality of the center Vishuddhi is the state of witness. Now, how can we maintain the state of witness? First of all, Kundalini, when Kundalini rises, opens up the center, it actually immediately balances it. So we are in the witness state. Also, we have the state of vibratory awareness. For example, when we feel on our hands, we feel vibrations of other people, we understand them and we understand that they're probably their personality because of their vibrations. For example, if somebody has the right Svadhisthana problem, so this finger, so you know that person is very futuristic, that person who would plan and plan and plan. You ask that person, how was your last vacation? They don't remember because on vacation they were planning next vacation. That's a personality. Or another example, somebody has problem with right nabi. It means this person is very irritable. Nothing satisfies that person. So you know, hot-tempered person and hot temper, if by the benefit of the right channel, ends up here in anger. So this is how knowing, understanding vibration makes us understand people as they are. And this is the quality that we could understanding people and realizing that we cannot really change other people unless they would become yogis and they could fix their vibrations. They are like that. The imprint is there. But we could change our reaction. And our reaction would be the witnessing. Witnessing first ourselves and witnessing others. Because when we react, we catch. Our centers get damaged.
Essentially in Saj Yoga, we're our own guru and we're no one else's guru. So we have to work on ourselves. If someone is hot-tempered or you feel heat coming from the right side, as Oksana was illustrating different possibilities, you just have to let those people be because they have to figure it out for themselves on the right channel. And now let's talk about the left side. What happens if you feel anger coming from the left side? Because that's possible too. But it's kind of a cold anger that it's harder to tell. But if you feel someone and you're feeling a lot of heat from their left side, they might feel resentment. They might feel that you're going against their traditions or their conditionings. And we have to be mindful of that and be respectful of the left side as well.
Women sometimes, when women have left Vishuddhi and they have the right Agya, then anything you say, they will start with water power. They'll start crying. And the bigger the ego, you cannot say something, they will start crying. This is the manifestation of damaged Vishuddhi and big Agya.
All these horrible things happen when you react. And that's why the number one thing is don't react, stay in the witness state. Because if you react on the right side, you're going to cause a problem for somebody else and start a fire. And we all know that fire, when it burns, you can't fix that damage. And on the other side, if you're, feeling dominated, you're going to upset everybody with your crying. So, unfortunately, when you get to that point and the damage has been done, the only thing you can do is try to stay in the center and meditate. And that's a really nice thing about Sahaja Yoga is when the energy rises along the spinal column, when it pierces the Sahasrara, it goes beyond you, and you send these feelings or these emotions, or you send these thoughts out into the universe. You get them right out of your body, because remember, the Sahasrara is past your mind, it's past your ego, it's past your conditionings. So you can meditate with your attention at Sahasrara and try to go beyond your troubles, and that's why meditation has become so popular, even if it just gives you a few minutes of peace and tranquility each and every day.
And now we will listen to lecture of Shri Mataji, founder of Sahaja Yoga. She will talk about these anger issues and how to be your own master, to understand them and to manage yourself and others.
If you have anger within you, then you are not a master at all. There's no need for a master to get angry, because he can play about. He can make you dance like this. What is the need to lose your temper? But that mastery, if you don't have, of handling people, then after 5-6 minutes of talk, your voice starts raising and a sort of something starts barking. Because that temper is still inside you burning. But for a master, there should be no temper. No need. He has started with Krodha, that with the Krodha all problems stopped. From one to another, to another, to another. So we should watch out if we are angry people. Anger comes from Vishuddhi. It starts from liver, Vishnu, but expressed through Vishuddhi. Face becomes red, eyes become red. From the mouth, you start saying all kinds of horrible things, and the whole expression becomes so different when you are angry. So this anger is to be seen. Where is it? Within us, where is it, this anger? Liver? All right, I'll put it right. So to master it, you have to face yourself clearly. Many people have seen, people say, Mother, this lady is such a hot-tempered woman, she's so dominating, she does this, she does that. But if you tell her, no, I don't do that way, no, I'm very good. But how others are saying that? I don't know, but I'm very good, finished. If somebody is saying that, then you watch yourself. Do you get into tempers or not? Are you losing your temper? It's very easy to make it out, then face. So the trick of the trade is to face yourself and see for yourself how much you are lacking. So first is humility, which should be genuine, and secondly is equanimity, no temper. there is no need to take to temper. At the most you can say, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing that way?" Now if you do something, maybe something I might say which I do not like, so I don't want to say like that. At the most, up to that point is all right, that you should say that I dislike it. But not to go further with it. If you just stop at a point, then this habit of getting into temper will go away, this arrogance will go, which has to go. This arrogance has to go, this temper has to go, and then you will be surprised, you will feel very much relieved. Because this anger, once it comes in, reacts and catches your left Vishuddhi, and you become guilty. You feel very bad, why I said so, I should not have said. So Vishuddhi is finished. Left Vishuddhi means it's a headache. It goes on accumulating like a storehouse there, all your anger, temper, whatever you have. And this left Vishuddhi catches. And you know the problems of left Vishuddhi. So if you get angry with someone, don't feel guilty. But go before the mirror and slap yourself nicely, twice. Now you get angry with yourself. Let me get angry. Then stand before the mirror. Shoot, like that. In the same manner as you get angry, try to act. So you never feel guilty. Or maybe more angry would be better. So you empty out your left Vishuddhi. Next time you won't do it. But feeling guilty means you'll again repeat the same thing. So this temper is expressed by men differently and women by differently. And I'm very much worried about the women sometimes because they take to water power. Then I'm lost. But those who have ego too much cry much more. That's the sign. I've seen. If you say anything to them, immediately they start crying. Because already the left Vishuddhi is there full, like a full balloon. When you touch them, it becomes water. But men, their temper is different style, as you know very well. That when they get angry, they might fight with each other, box everyone, and then settle down nicely and have something to drink. Let us have it out, you see, they'll say. Take out. But women don't. They keep it there. And once they keep it, then it becomes tears. It starts coming down. So these are just tears out of joy, happiness, that's different. Or out of feelings for others. But it's not that. But it's tears just to impress another person that you are very sad or something. So the second trick is how to master your own temper. And the third one is how to master the temper of others. My father had lots of tricks with him, I know. And very humorous person. And one day my brother told me, Baba Mama, that he has a friend who sings very well. So I asked my father, how does he sing? Oh, he's very courageous, he said. I said, why? He sings whether he knows or not. That's the trouble. What an exact description he gave me of this gentleman. He's very courageous, you see. He doesn't know, but he sings quite all right. So very courageous. I mean, he didn't say anything against him. He said he's courageous. But he gave me the complete picture of the gentleman that you have to be careful. You see, he might start singing in a funny way, you shouldn't laugh, and all that came in that courageous word. In the same way, if you study someone, you see, then you will just describe that person in an interesting way. And you will not feel that this person has these bad habits or that bad habits, or this is wrong with him, that is wrong. But you will describe, it's part of that person. Is a way of knowing a person in totality, with all his defects, with all his qualities, with everything, and accepting that person as is. If that mastery you can have, now how will you have? If your attention is not on his qualities, you will only know his bad things. And if you know his qualities, then bad things will be there a little bit, but they'll just be adding little masala to his character. You'll feel, that's it. He is but little bit like that. Little additional swaras added to his character. And you wouldn't mind it so much, such a person. You really enjoy.
Welcome back. Let's now have a meditation together, and we'll bring our energy up to the Vishuddhi chakra, which we talked about today. We can spin it down into the right to take away any stress in the Vishuddhi chakra. Finally, let's put our right hand on our left Vishuddhi area and say, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. Next, we can put our left hand on our right Vishuddhi and say to Divine Power, O Divine Power, please put me in the witness state. Please allow me to go beyond my troubles. And we can also put our hand a few times up above the top of our head to feel the cool vibration. And if there is something trouble with us, just leave it to Divine Power and have it come out the top of our head. Now let's close.
Welcome back. In this segment, we will answer some of your questions. Do we have any questions?
So far, 2 questions. I sometimes get angry on the road while driving, and I cannot meditate while driving. What can I do?
Very good question. You actually could be in the meditative state when you drive. So there are some practical things you could do. There is a nice, where's my ice pack? We could get angry when our liver is hot. So you could get a little ice pack, put on your liver while driving. That might help. This is one practical thing. Another thing would happen. Before you drive, you could just raise your energy, and then you will be in the state where this thoughtless awareness state, when you could drive, you could do what you like, but there are no thoughts coming in your mind and there are no reaction, just witness state. So you will be a witness driver.
Essentially, you're right. You can't close your eyes and drive and hope for the best. But essentially, you just have to look at it as a problem to overcome, that whatever it is that driving frustrates you and sets you off, you just have to be bigger than that moment. And meditation slowly over time helps with that.
Another question?
Next question. Day-to-day life is going well. The one strange thing throws it all off balance. What can I do through meditation?
You want to answer that?
Well, that was the episode today. Is that, you know, life throws us the monkey wrenches. There's no rhyme or reason. Frustrating events happen. You know, could happen on a regular basis, and things are going well, and something throws you off. So there's 2 things. The first thing is the witness state of the Vishuddhi chakra, which we talked about in today's episode. If you're balanced and you're meditating regularly and you're clearing your chakras, if you stay in the witness state, then it doesn't get to that point. You know how to manage an odd situation in the moment, and nothing becomes of it, and you move on. Then the second thing is, of course, is that if you can't manage the situation that comes and you react, I talked about either reacting through anger or reacting through the cold anger, and adding and fueling to the problem. At that point, when you have a problem on your hands, you try to leave it. And when we talked about earlier, like when the energy rises, the energy goes beyond your mind. So the idea is to get the problem beyond your mind, to surrender the problem. Okay, it's a problem, okay, there's issues, but bringing the energy up beyond your mind, and you kind of offer it to the divine power. You just let it go to the collective. At the mental level and at the level of the Agya, it's our own. We're owning the problem, we're the individual. But when the energy rises and you can go beyond the concept of individuality, you can kind of surrender to the collectivity. Does that mean you're influencing somebody or something magic is going to happen, the problem is going to be solved? Well, maybe, maybe not. But at least from your side, you're not going to react in it to anymore. And whatever effective decision you can do, you can make it as a witness, because you've left it. You're no longer taking ownership of that problem. And that's what we call being in the witness state, is we're not taking ownership of things. We're letting it go beyond and just witnessing it.
Another way you could look at it is to master your attention. Usually our attention goes whenever there is a problem, attention goes there and reaction goes there. Now, when attention goes inside, so if there is some calamity, some problem within yourself, immediately put attention inside, put attention in Sahasrara, go thoughtless. Try it, it really works. Be surprised.
That reminds me about the car situation. It's almost like a fortress of thoughtless awareness, or you're building a fortress in the present moment, that at that moment when you're starting to get angry, you're putting all your attention just on the present moment, just on driving the car, for example, and in that way, those feelings and other miscellaneous thoughts you're having are pushed aside. You can't think anymore because you're in the present moment.
No more questions today. So thank you very much for tuning in. See you next week.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, And if you have any questions whatsoever or suggestions, please send us an email. We'll be more than happy to get back to you.